Hey everyone, it's Amanda with Americana Gardens, and today I finally am able to show you guys the winter garden tour covered in snow. We have the snow and it's just like gracefully laying on top of a lot of the plants and the infrastructure, and it's like really peaceful and bright. I love it. So let's go take a walk around the property. So this is like my back porch area when I leave the back door. We have kitty tracks everywhere. But what I really like are these buddleias, or these butterfly bushes. This one particularly is a sterile type, so it doesn't spread everywhere. But I love how it just captures the snow on it. And by the way, we had maybe about like 2 to 3 inches, maybe 3 inches now, of snow. It started late last night. I have these boxwoods lining the front of this garden bed here. Some strawberry vanilla hydrangeas. See, I mean, like the brown blooms are kind of yucky, but when they capture the snow, it's just so fun. There's another butterfly bush here. I'm actually going to train this one to be in a standard, which means it's going to have like trunks, no leaves on the bottom, very minimal side branching, and it's going to have the big canopy on top. So that's what I'm going to do in the spring when it's time to prune these. That'll be pretty. And then I could put some like more like annuals, perennials in this area. These are some asters. These are native to my area in Pennsylvania. That's where I garden, Pennsylvania, just in case anybody didn't know. And I usually don't cut the asters back until spring because the native insects do depend on it. Sometimes they burrow into the stems of native plants, and they also eat the seeds. The birds do. So yeah, I got some pottery over here. I still didn't remove my annuals from that pot. But yeah, I usually put these plants in fill them with annuals, and it mirrors this side of the stairway here. Look, kitty tracks. Kitty tracks everywhere. It's fun. Yeah, I didn't get to clean out a lot of this stuff, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. Huge, beautiful hydrangea right there. This is the limelight hydrangea. The blooms got so heavy on it that it actually started really, as you can see, going over into the pathway here. So I'm going to have to prune that down a lot, but I'm going to prune it a certain way where a lot of the growth kind of goes back more. That way, if it does get heavy, it doesn't kind of block this pathway here, but it's fun in the meantime. All right, let's, I'm just gonna step back a little bit here. This is our kitty pen in there. They come and they go, but yeah, I can't wait till this tree here starts blooming in the spring. It's a eastern redbud. Beautiful pink blooms. Hi, baby. Hi. What's up, honey? Hi, honey. Come on, baby. Hi. Okay, bye. So let's just walk along this way here. Go around these things here. Ooh. But this is the retaining wall that holds up the driveway and my vegetable garden area. And we will... Oh, hi, honey. I don't know who you are. Aw. Baby. You have a collar on too. You belong to somebody. Oh, I'll take care of you. Too many people here like just dump their cats and they end up finding their way here. I guess because we have food out for them occasionally and stuff. It's shameful. It really is. It's shameful. And my glasses are getting really wet. I hope the lens isn't bad. We will definitely go up to this driveway area and do a tour too. Some Arborvitae here. Look at all the berries left. This is on the oh, it's not knotweed. Oh, the name is evading me. But the birds love these berries and they grow pretty pretty fast. Like they come in a shrub form and they could get like maybe like 4 feet high within just one growing season. Yeah, I'll put the name up on the screen. There's my little tractor, you can't even barely see it. I got some of these. The guy left these up. These are Okay, so this is Amanda doing the voiceover. The audio became worse as the video went along. So I did not want my viewers to suffer through that, so I decided to do a voiceover, and hopefully it is much better and a more enjoyable experience for you all. So what I'm looking at right here is the hydrangea. There was just a weed that kind of like fell into it. The weed was huge. I did not do any fall cleanup. And over here we have kitty houses my mom makes. She puts straw in these little containers to help the local stray kitties. She loves her kitties, if you couldn't tell. And over in this little cozy area, I have the seating bench, some mini arborvitaes in these pots that I put annuals in. And right here is a great native grass. It's really beautiful in the fall too. It has like multiple coppers and purples and greens, sea oats grass. And also the cats, it's safe for cats to munch on. So perfect to have it right next to the kitty pen there. And this area right here, I'm trying to block off from the garden that's back there. So the reason I'm doing that is like I kind of just wanted like a little privacy room in here. And this is a new plant that I put in this year. It is a magnolia tree. It has big, white, beautiful, fragrant blooms. Really stunning in the summer. But the leaves are evergreen. It is called the Bracken's Brown Beauty Magnolia. I really got it because one, it's an evergreen, and also the fragrance of the blooms and the size of the blooms, stunning. So next year, hit subscribe because I'll be doing, well, this coming year in the spring and summer, I'll be doing more garden tours. It has a green on the top, brown velvety texture on the bottom. A lot of people use this in use those leaves in like arrangements and stuff. I don't. I want them out in the garden. Some azaleas there. And these are my 4 arborvitaes I have on this hill. I really wanted to make a hedge of arborvitaes going down that way. When I went to Home Depot, like after Christmas and stuff, they usually just mark their stuff down like half off, 75% off. They were gone. They were gone. And also, I don't know if this is like with all stores, but my store, they really did not stock a lot of plants this year. Could be the economy. And this rhododendron right here, this is how you can tell it's cold outside other than just being outside and feeling the cold. Their leaves curl instead of being flat and bold like that. They curl into like a cylindrical shape. Yeah, when it's below freezing, it does that. And I think today it was like 20 degrees. Pretty cold. Oak leaf hydrangea there. I should have gotten a close up on that bark, but walking up the stairs through that little arbor, and let's see what we got over here. Yeah, I took the bird bath down. Oh, here's some I was about to say echeverias. It's not a sedum. uh echinacea, yeah. See, the birds, they will go after those seeds. It's great feed for the birds in the winter. Training that tree to kind of go how I want it. And this is my rose garden. This is my rose garden. I have some hydrangeas in there, like this one right here, that kind of flopped over. This is a limelight hydrangea. I'm kind of disappointed that it really is flopping, but it is on a hill, so I think I'm just gonna have to do some staking. I don't like to do it, but I'll have to do it. And on those white little trellises, I have climbing roses that hide that hideous garage. It's not mine. This is a peach tree. Beautiful, beautiful pink and white blooms during the spring. It does produce fruit. This is kind of like a mature size. It might get a little bit bigger, but it's a dwarf variety. I remember when I planted this. Actually, Tom was with me when we planted it together, and it had very minimal roots. I was scared it wouldn't survive, but it did. And lavender, lavender, one of my favorite plants ever. I love the scent. It's an evergreen. A lot of people don't realize that. Leave it up during the winter and then cut it in the spring. Some butterfly bushes in there too. Another, yeah, see, that's just bad. That's really, really bad. It's covering this, the hedging that I put in. These boxwoods I have in that lined the way, the path. And I got this little thing from a Facebook market place. Really cool. Yeah. I'm so glad I put those in. I really wanted that winter structure of those. Some more roses and that railing. So those belongs on that actually belonged on my front porch, but we're getting that redone. The contractor is currently just taking a break, dealing with some issues there. Um, and I was thinking like, well, maybe I could just like reuse them in my garden and get different banisters for the front porch. And I think that might be what's going to happen. And also, like, I could just get posts and, concrete them in and then attach the railings. And that will kind of help get up that steep little section there. More rhododendrons, a little bird cage thing that I found in the trash that I kind of redid about 2 years ago. It was probably like one of my first videos on YouTube that I did. Yep, and I actually start sliding down because it's steep. You can't really pick it up in the camera, but I think that guide rail is a good idea. Okay, and we're just gonna take a back tour here. Yeah, I like how that path is like kind of windy, but doesn't try too hard, it works with the contour of the land. And this is one of the first plants that I had in my garden. I originally started in the driveway to kind of create a barrier on top of the retaining wall. And that is a plant I got for $5 at Home Depot. It does turn very coppery. It's more yellow in the summer. It doesn't handle the snow load very well, but you just get a broom, shake it off, and they'll bounce back up. So I could always like tie them too, I guess. Put that arbor in last summer. So glad I did. Last summer or the summer before, I forget. This is where I usually have my hammock. I have to order a new one. I threw away the old one. It was like really, it was battered. I got my use out of it. This is a curly willow tree. It had some little branches broken out of it, which is kind of surprising. No big ones. We had some severe winds, like I'm talking 50+ mile per hour winds in the last few days. So got a little bit of breakage there. No biggie. It's still a baby. That tree is still a baby. And this area in the driveway just bakes in the summer. It just bakes. So it's nice to kind of have like a shade tree that will be there. And those are all the sticks that kind of came out. And you know what? My bunnies love, 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 love curly willow trees. They love the willow trees, so I could bring them in and dry them, and my bunnies can chew away. So all is not lost. Some azaleas, another lavender. I got that at Hope Hill Lavender Farm, and that is a local lavender farm, and I do videos there. You can look in my previous tours. I will definitely go there again this year. And this is a surprise. This is a sweet autumn clematis vine, and I was not expecting like such a cute little winter structure like that, with the kind of like, I guess the seed heads kind of poking out. Beautiful, amazing fragrance in the summer, actually in the fall when it blooms. Sorry, I'm just like cleaning off my lens here. Ooh, so bright, so bright. Okay, back to business. So that was a nice little surprise just to have that structure. I like it. It's nice. I got some of these crabapple trees. They have the sweet light pink and, well, they come out pink and then they fade to a white bloom. There's a praying mantis egg sac there. I have them all over my garden. I come across them quite frequently. So I got that tree there. It is kind of close to that willow, but we'll see how it plays out. This is a Scotch broom. It is a spring blooming evergreen, another rose, and this is another, that's a more mature one. This one was like planted later. That is another Scotch broom. I like it because it's whimsical and it's a different structure than like those tight Arborvitaes, for example. So I got it and I love it. Plus it blooms. Give me an evergreen, a blooming evergreen any day. Any day. And this is the crabapple once again. Still berries on it. Still berries. And we're just gonna walk right up the driveway area. See, I have these hollies lining the driveway. There's 6 of them total and they alternate. Love the red berries with hollies, right? There's irises on both sides of the driveway as well. Um, this side where the wooden fence is, that has macrophylle hydrangeas that I alter the soil with and get blue. This side with the chain link fence has roses, irises and roses, uh, and I'm hoping those roses will climb along that chain link fence and kind of give it some beauty. This is a strawberry hydrangea on standard. I got 3 of those on this side as well. Um, not it, they're pretty flimsy. Not gonna lie, they're pretty flimsy. So, yeah. Anyway, I have a few of these pots on this wooden fence. I have 6 of them actually. Those are mums. They're deceased, so I usually just put annuals in there, depending on the season. I'm surprised I didn't put any greenery in there for the winter, but it is what it is. My dad made that fence. Oh, we're just going up to the very top here. Look how messy the roads are. Ah, so messy. Okay, so the only reason I kind of went up here is because I wanted to show you this tree. This is another peach tree, but it's like tall and cylindrical. Um, as you can see, it doesn't get very wide. I think like maybe it'll get 3 feet wide at best. It does produce fruit. I was not expecting it to produce fruit. I thought it was like a non-producing type. And last summer I found out that's not true. Oh, and look at that. Isn't that just a winter picture? Right there. Snow and a holly with the shiny green leaves and the red berries. So I don't even think I cleaned up the irises. They're buried in the snow now. But yeah, I guess I'm gonna have a lot of work to do. But just around this corner, oh, one of my favorite trees right here. So I think this is a cypress or a juniper. I'm really not sure. I remember I got it at Home Depot, but look at the branching. That red branching with the green leaves, if you will, with the snow on top, and then the bark peels, kind of like revealing some of that red. It's kind of like, reminds me of a oak leaf hydrangea. But yeah, that's it. Oh, I needed a, a big evergreen in the yard. I really did. And I think that was the perfect location for it. It will get bigger too. And down below, I had those 2 little lemon cypresses. This is my veggie garden, guys. This is my bean house. You could put beans or any vining crops along it, and it kind of creates shade, so you could go in there and sit. I did a lot of work in the veggie garden. Last year was my first time in the veggie garden, and I'm excited to do it again. So this is the railing again that came off the front porch, and then again, I think I'm just going to get posts and attach those railings to kind of like be on top of the bed there. Um, I think that'll look really neat because it kind of makes it look like its own room or something, kind of private. Those wooden fences are there temporarily. I just got those little steps. Gotta go up. Yeah, kitties were here. Yeah, see, I like how that one kind of comes down that way because it separates the garden veggie bed area from the seating area that's over there with the chair blown down because of the wind. um, so yeah, that'll be worked on more during the spring. Let's go over here where we can see point of reference. This is like my back porch area on top of the retaining wall. It's my back porch area. Got some gnarly floppy plants. Let's see, this is a Rebecca, a really tall Rebecca. I know it's a native. Surprised it flopped. The other one that I have in my garden didn't flop, and I kind of like it. That is a black cat Pila. Look at the catkins on there. They're black, and the stems are reddish, especially the newer growth. It's really too early for them to be blooming their catkins, if you will. I would normally expect that like around early March, and it's only mid-January, so the plants are confused. You know, we had a fairly warm winter, and all of a sudden it now just like hit into the 20s. Alright, getting out of the bed. Some boxwoods. Oh, yeah, so that's my contractor's stuff there. Like I said, he's just dealing with some issues, so that stuff is just going to be there for a little bit, which is fine. It's not bothering us. But if you see it in the videos, that's what it is. That is another lavender. See that? See that? Evergreen. Lavenders are evergreen. I don't think I cut it back last year, and it still has a scent. Ooh, I love it. And that's another one of the Rebecchias. Yep, and that's the Rebecca that is standing up nice and tall. Didn't flop down like the other one. Beautiful. That's a 9 bark right there, that big weeping one. So we're gonna walk around this trailer here, and I'm going to give you more of a tour of the driveway garden. I call this area the driveway garden. Really trying to go heavy with the evergreens here again because I wanted to kind of build a wall on top of the retaining, or like a green wall on top of the retaining area. This is another Scotch broom, more mature, and that's a lilac bush poking out of it. Kind of trained it into a tree, but they're really old and they're seeing their last days. That is a rose bush that I have no idea how it got that crooked. No idea. Maybe one of the cats like messed around with it. Some azaleas, some lemon cypresses, and I got some hellebores in there that'll bloom in like 2 months or so. Yeah, and that is a Japanese maple right there. It's kind of probably hard to see, so I'm gonna walk over, get a better view of that. Because I know a lot of it looks like it's just sticks right now. But those are some of the leaves there. You have that red coloring leaves, beautiful, and the dark, dark stems. What a nice contrast. And in the summer, when the sun is kind of setting, this is in a great position to where it just glows. It glows red. Some zinnias that I left up, again for food. but some of them kind of flop, so once this snow is kind of gone, I probably will go around and try and clean up some things. Alright, so I'm just telling you guys where I'm going to be going. Pretty much going to be going around behind the shed there on that side of the garden. Like it covers my shade garden, it covers like a new area that I added in, and also the crescent garden that's down there. And I'm going to show you guys the updates and also some future plans. And then there's another garden I'm going to show you. That's on the other side of the house. Hey, the birdies are there. I'm so sorry you guys couldn't hear the birdies. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it was so nice to hear them. Yeah, the audio got wet. I gotta be more careful with this. I don't want to break my camera or anything. This is a plum tree. This summer will be its second year, and it exploded with growth. No, it will be its third year, and it already exploded with growth. Beautiful blooms in the spring, and it actually produces plums, and I love, love, love plums. That is a tree that is not ours, it's a maple, but unfortunately we had large branches come out of it, so we were able to cut some of it, but because it's not ours, we really did take it all down. Yay. This is my mom's shade garden because of that tree, essentially. And we had some work going through there earlier this year. It was adding a whole new water line. I would like to add more evergreens in here. Love those arborvitaes back there. Great natural living fence, right? Beautiful with snow. And this is a autumn joy sedum. These stems really hold up the snow, so I don't cut my sedums back until spring. Some azaleas. It would be nice to get some more evergreens in this area. I know I put some ground covers in that are evergreens, but you can't see them now, and there's a couple inches of snow on them. This is a white arbor that I really want to paint. My dad did this, and I kind of want to preserve it the best I can. He's no longer with us, so. Oh, and the wind kind of knocked down these solar lights. Oops. But I added this kind of garden here. There's a pathway that goes up to the gazebo, and then this area I added in, and it kind of swoops around and then comes back out and goes back. So I did a lot. It was neat. And I really had to do that because I had to work with what I was given with the water line. Oh, this is like a blackberry holly. Yeah, I gotta, obviously didn't get a chance to bury it or plant it yet, so, but yeah, that's a blackberry holly. Hydrangeas and some other plants in there, and this is actually a Rose of Sharon. I really didn't want these Rose of Sharons in here, but my mom insisted. The reason being is because they produce these seeds and they just get everywhere. Like, I mean, hundreds of these things. And those little tree sucker, oh, they're just so hard to rip up. Like it could be like maybe 6 inches out of the ground, right? Like a seedling, and it will have like a 10-inch root tap to it. It's really hard to pull up. But anyway, there's this honeysuckle, and it has a wonderful fragrance to it. Now it is invasive, um, and it's in this area kind of taking over. So I think if I could keep it contained and let it grow over these rows of Sharons, I could kind of get a win as into letting them hold up the honeysuckle and kill out the blooms. I'm talking about I want to build a fence here because I really don't want to see my neighbor's stuff. This is another one of the magnolias. I actually planted 3 of them. Oh, flying kitty, flying kitty. That's Sammy. He's fun. He's a good cat. There was actually a dog that came in the yard and he like beat him off. But anyway, I kind of want to get a fence like right here, kind of to like where that tree is. Projects, right? Oh, Sammy's in the neighbor's yard. I didn't get to plant all the hollies there, but I'll have to bring them alongside the house and put them in a more protective area. I'm not going to be planting anything now because, well, ground is frozen. It's officially frozen. And I got some cardboard up. I'm just like stepping that down. So the cardboard I put down and then I put mulch over top to kind of kill out any weeds and grass. This area was like all grass. I still got a lot of weeds to pull up along that fence I could see there. So yeah, those are some hollies there. Um, Azaleas, yeah. See, I try to go real hard with the evergreen structure because there's so many deciduous plants in the area, and in the winter it's like, oh, I need green. I need something. Okay, this is my crescent garden that we're walking down to. It's very formal. One side matches the other. It kind of acts as like a fence to the hill that's down below. That's I was just pointing to a rose bush that I want to train up along my house. These are some little small mini arborvitaes. Love them with the snow, the little balls of arborvitaes. Those are the same that are right up there, so they will get bigger. And I got some grasses, loving the movement the grass is at, hydrangeas in there, and this is a piece that I got from Lowe's when I worked there. They were getting rid of these. They were so top heavy. Like they were like they weren't for sale. They were more like a decor piece, and I could put like fencing up and I could have vines grow on there and stuff. That way it'll kind of add like a more of a privacy too from like the street down below. So, but that's the plan with that one. Beautiful. That's not. So I just checked to see if the audio was better. It's not. So I'm just pretty much explaining to you guys like I gotta shovel this snow soon and I'm not too happy about it. Look how wet I am. My hair is just covered in snow. This is the last garden, guys. So I'm just showing you guys point of reference. This is my back door area. We kind of went through like the stairways and this, I love, love, love how my little boxwoods are turning out. I keep them in spheres and oh, they just kind of go all the way down the pathway there. Oh, and I got some packages. Oh, sorry, people who I did not shovel for in time. So somebody got chai latte, chai latte. um, but yeah, back to the boxwoods. Very happy with those and how they are growing. That's the front porch that's being fixed, and I'll have to get the fence painted too. But I want to show you this massive hill that's in front of our area. Um, I am putting plantings on there occasionally. It's tough. It's at a really steep angle, and then you have a 6 foot retaining wall. Um, yeah, I'm working on it. I'm working on it, guys. Um, yeah, there's the steps. But I got these pots. They're white pots. I actually have 8 of them on that wall, and I usually put annuals in there every year. So they look nice when they're done up. That's a red twig dogwood in there, by the way. I'm just walking out of this garden. I got some hydrangeas, and I kind of want to build this garden out. Uh, this is um, this is my niece's garden where this cherry tree is. You kind of see where the ring is, where her garden is, but we're gonna have to. It grew so much, we're gonna have to actually bring it out, and she's gonna have a lot more planting room, which will be really fun because I don't even want any grass on this side. Really don't. But yeah, it's a cherry trees. They're so beautiful, but they only last like a week, two if we're lucky. So yeah, I'm just pulling up her little statue I got at a thrift store a while ago. Stay, but that's that's that. Oh yeah, and right behind me, these are some of the plants that I first got when I started. This is another pussy willow. This has the silver catkins on it. Again, it's blooming too early. Blooming way too early. Yeah, that's a weeping one. How kind of cool is that? This is a lemon cypress, evergreen. One of the like
one of the ones that I had when I first started gardening, so that's why they're more mature than pretty much everything else. But alright, now we are back where we kind of started. Alright, and this is pretty much the end of the video. I'm just thanking you all for watching, and I'm almost at 1,000 subscribers, which is great because that's when I can become monetized. And I'm almost there, so if you haven't already, hit subscribe. Um, and I'm just complaining that I got a shovel. But I'm actually really grateful that I was able to get out and walk around because I'm doing a lot of indoor plant stuff now, but it was nice to get outside.